to start off, first of all, with some good news. That trooper that you just mentioned that was shot multiple times, that's all true. But the trooper, still in the hospital, has not had surgery, and his condition has been elevated from critical to stable. That's the good news. Also, 2 people in custody. I'll get into that in just a moment. Let me tell you what happened. I am here at the Infinity Park hotel. These are apartments and townhouses. About 1:30 this morning, shots were fired from somewhere in this area where I'm standing and where we are right this moment. Police were called, multiple police, because this trooper was part of an undercover drug task force that was trying to, get rid of drugs, and the shots were fired. Now, what happened then is that eventually a search warrant was executed. The cops got into one of the apartments, found 3 gun casings, and because of that and the surveillance video from around here, they were able to track down 2 people, not here, but in Romulus and Inkster, little bit of ways from where we are. This is in Detroit, the west side. All right, Lieutenant Mike Shaw with the Michigan State Police. He knew the trooper that was shot, and he also has some insight as to how the arrests were made. Here's Lieutenant Shaw.
Basically, we did some video surveillance. We're able to pick up a suspect through that video surveillance. Our surveillance team was able to start following behind certain people that were seen on the videos. We used our aviation unit as well to kind of follow this car. A traffic stop was conducted by those cars that we just saw leave this area, and both parties were taken into custody at that time.
You believe you've got the shooter then?
We're feeling pretty good about it. Anything else, it's now comes the hard part, is investigative stuff, is putting them behind the scene and where they were before and things like that. But we feel pretty confident that the neighborhood's safer today.
Lieutenant, you knew him personally. What does it mean to you?
Anytime, and no matter what department you're in or anything like that, whenever one of us is injured in the line of duty, well, we all know that that's a possibility, but we don't really think about it. You always think it's going to be somebody else or something like that. But then, it happens to yours, and then you kind of really reassess, a little bit about what, being more careful, things like that. So, we just want to make sure that the community knows that he was out there doing his job, and hopefully, if they got some time, maybe some prayers for him and his family.
All right, for a while there, from about 1:30 to about 9 o'clock, this whole place was locked down. The police saying you could not get out, and they conducted their investigation. Again, 2 people in custody. Now, that trooper, 10 years with the Michigan State Police Department. He was on the Special Drug Task Force unit, a multi-jurisdictional unit trying to get rid of drugs, and he is now in stable condition at this hour. Now, the 2 people that were arrested, we don't know much about them. We're not even sure if those 2 people were the actual shooters. As Lieutenant Shaw says, now the investigation continues, and this is an ongoing investigation. I'll send it back to you guys. I am live here on Detroit's West Side. Send it back to you guys.
We're certainly glad that the officer is now in stable condition. Hopefully he continues to improve. In the meantime, you just mentioned that they're not even sure if those were the shooters. Anyone in that area who knows something is being asked to pick up the phone and call police, call Crime Stoppers, because they may have the puzzle piece that puts us all together.
I've talked to about 10 people in here. We got about 10 different stories. So yes, that is true. But listen, there's a lot of video evidence right now. There was a search warrant executed. There are 2 people in custody. So you can put all those together. The police know what they're doing. I have to say, give some credit to the Michigan State Police as well as the Detroit special unit there. They came down and assisted the Michigan State Police in apprehending these 2 people right now. Again, they're not releasing a whole lot of information at this point in time. And by the way, the drug force, the drug unit that was still trying to get rid of the drugs in this area, they're still working. So if people are listening to this right now, if you know something, you're right, Roop, call the cops. That's good. Michigan State Police will take the call. But there's still some investigations going on besides this tragic shooting. And again, that officer, that trooper, is in stable condition at this hour.
All right, Charlie, let's let the police do their work and all those pieces come together. Charlie Langton for us live. Thank you.